Would you ever find yourself so tired that your comedy would shift meaner? What's a Conan that's suffering on burnout look like when you're thrust?
Well, everyone here in the room their souls.
I know. Maybe I should ask you guys.
That's like you're sitting with Stalin and his Politburo, and you're saying, "Hey, Stalin, is there ever a time when you get a little grumpy? And what's that look like?" And everyone else, Bukharin, Khrushchev, all these other,
always happy, always great.
He's a good guy. Fun at party.
Never killed my wife.
Yeah. Well, one time, but not second wife yet. Maybe, well, Sona, you can speak to this because you've been with me. I'm a master of passive aggression.
Oh.
And so.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do passive aggressiveness like
and
you.
So it's weird because I've been told it can be quite funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's to get. I was raised, you can't directly confront anyone, so I would never say, like, Nikki, you just screwed up and you're in big trouble. I would never do that.
Why wouldn't you ever do that?
Because I just don't come from that culture.
What's the fear?
Oh, the fear is anger is toxic and truth is toxic.
Yes.
So when I was younger, or even into my teen years and early 20s, if I said something kind of, like, truthful around my parents, my mom would be like, don't be mean. Like, that's mean.
The truth is mean.
The truth is mean.
Yes.
So what happens is, I think we hyperdevelop, this is my breakdown, every culture has their way of doing it, but I think one of the reasons that Irish people are funny is because it's all they'll allow themselves. At least the branch I come from, we're not the type to say, hey, I really didn't appreciate what you did in there. That made me feel this way, and it wasn't a good feeling, so we need to talk about that. That's the last thing you would do. Now, thank God I met Liza and we got married because very early on she was like, this thing you're doing, I'm not loving it. What is it? Is the real problem? And I'd go, well, it was fun. Yeah, it's kind of funny, but what is it really? What's really going on here? And I'd go, you ate the last cupcake. And you wanted that cupcake. Is that what you then say? I was hoping that I could have that cupcake.
Wow.
I kind of was hoping I could have that cupcake. And so anyway, but she's my wife. She gets to do that.
But that's scary to do even before she's your wife. Because I have the same thing where I think that I can't ever say anything critical of someone else because then they'll just come back at me. Well, you are this.
Yes.
And my biggest fear is you're ugly. I think that my therapist is always like, because I think some boy in 5th grade called me ugly because I had an opinion about something he said to me. Well, you're ugly. Shut up. You have buck teeth. And so now I never ever criticize anyone because I think they can always pull that card, or like the meanest thing that maybe it's not ugly anymore, but it's whatever I think about myself that I think maybe other people haven't caught on to. If I find out that they've seen that and they know that, then I'm done. And I'm so scared in a romantic relationship, and I'm doing better at it in my own, but in an early stages of one, confronting something and having them say, I always just think they're going to say, well, that's the way I am, so if you don't like it, then go. And either I have to put up with it and then I'm just the one putting up with things, or I have to leave and I don't want to do that, so it's easier for me to just say nothing.
I think the biggest thing that, and I can relate to what you're saying on this, because my issue is if I'm going to confront someone, I better be right.
Oh, I gotta be
And
right.
my biggest nightmare is saying, if I said, hey, Nikki, I just don't like it. You've been on this podcast 3 times, and each time you've been on the podcast, you've done this thing. And
I'm already like, yes.
This is hyphypothetical.
No, hypothetical.
Not even hypothetical.
feels real.
I almost was going to, turn to Gourley, but it would probably be something real.
Yeah, I was.
But I like you so much,
Sure,
I can't even manufacture it. So
if
what
there
I'm
were
saying is,
something,
but you've come on the podcast 3 times, and each time you did such and such, you might then say to me, Conan, I've been on the podcast once, and then I'm wrong, and I would go into what I think my people do is we keep score quietly. So I don't want to confront you, because what if you have a really good comeback?
Yes.
And then I'm in it. So what I'll do is say, man, it really bugs me. Every time Nikki's on the show, she brings up the fact that, she saw my feet once and they're hideous.
I wasn't going to do that again.
I know. And I have grotesque features, and it just really bugs me, and I want to talk to her about it. Instead, I'll just she did it again. I'm just going to keep track. I'm going to mark this down and keep track. And then next time, in some imagined future, I'll confront her. Now, if when you leave the room, Gourley or Sona says, did you notice that I noticed you got really tense at that one point. I'll be happy to tell them why I'm not happy with you. And if they say, well, walk out there and tell Nikki, I'd be like, don't, shh, quiet, don't, here she comes. And so I think that's how I used to be. I've gotten a lot better just chipping away through, therapy, cognitive therapy, wanting to be different, I think, which is the big thing.
Tracing the thoughts.
Yeah, tracing the thoughts. I'm a big believer in cognitive therapy because it's so logical, which is when you're panicking, write down on a legal pad, what is it you're afraid will happen? And then one of the things you'll write down is, well, I'm afraid that this person will say that I'm ugly. And in that moment, that feels real to you. Walk away, 20 minutes later, come back, look at the list of things that you're really afraid, and you're going to say, those things are going to look stupid to you.
Yeah.
You're going to say, I'm not ugly. I'm demonstrably a very attractive person, so that's just stupid. Once you're removed from the thought for 25, 30 minutes, and then you see it written down on paper, you see how empty it is. I'm afraid Conan won't speak to me. Well, no, he's not like that. That's not going to happen. I mean, actually, it could.
Now I know.
And guess what? You are right on the edge. But no.
And afraid, I wish.
Yeah. Gourley keeps trying to get that. Damn it. I called him a dirty, rotten Mick. He still has me back. No, but anyway.
That's interesting. Looking at those thoughts, are you just leaving this list of things out around your house for people to stumble upon?
Yeah.
Your biggest fears on the fridge.
Yeah. Sometimes I want people to find them, so I write down fake panic thoughts. I'm too good a lover. My penis is too big. And hoping that people will find it and go, oh, you shouldn't be.
I think that's a good way to looking at the thought, looking back on it, how ridiculous it is, because I know this all sounds ridiculous and all these fears I have, but it is interesting to be so scared of confrontation and so scared to stand up for yourself unless you know you're right, which is why I really enjoy being vegan because I just know it's the only thing I'm sure about I'm right about. And I'm not like one of these people that will make you feel bad about eating meat. I'm not like that, but it is the only thing maybe I'm certain of that I'm right about.
I have
a
thing.
I
only eat meat that committed a crime.
Great.
Yeah, there's a service that will get you a cow that trampled someone, a pig that attacked a dog, and so they're tried. They have a fair trial and they have representation, and then they're murdered or put to death.
Oh, I would like that.
Yeah, and
I could stand behind that.
Yeah, I love eggs. Those are a little tricky because what did the unborn egg do?
Yeah.
But I believe life begins at hatching. So,
sometimes I think maybe the animal that we are eating ate animals in a past life, so it's paying for it.
No, my way, because I do love, I love eating. I'm a meat eater, and I love meat. So I am very good at very imaginative at coming up with horrible things that that cow did, that entitle me to this wonderful steak. Yeah. And that works fine for me. All the cows you eat are Hitler reincarnated. They're racist. I eat racist animals. So,
and conversely, I look at a salad and go, that salad's done too much good in this world.
Yes.
I can't take it out.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I must set it free.
Yes.
He's always setting his salads free in the wilderness, and he doesn't understand that they can't go anywhere. He's always like, go salad, go.
One day.
Live your own life.
One day they'll do a little
free-range salads.
Yeah.